Hi guys, it's Nancy from Nancy Stamps, and Spellbinders sent me a brand new stamp, part of their new Cardmaker stamp collection. And here it is, called Windy Sky. It's a clear photopolymer stamp. It's made here in the United States. The size of it is about 5 by 3 3/4, so it's perfect for the background. And I don't know if you know this or not, but you want to head on over to Spellbinders right now. This stamp and a lot of other items are on sale, including the Spellbinders Glimmer Show Ponies. And I wanted to show you guys how to make this card doing foiling and stamping. So let's get into it. So here are some samples that I made, and this is great. You could certainly send a card to someone with these foiled ponies, but I wanted to step it up a little bit. So let me show you how we get started here. So we are going to start with the Spellbinders Show Pony Glimmer plates, and these are designed for hot foiling. So these two guys are already on my Spellbinders hot foiling system, and then these are dies that cut out the shape. So the ones that are solid will hot foil, and the ones that have a raised edge, those will cut. So I like that Spellbinders keeps those separate. So they have been heating up in my Glimmer system. Bring that into view here. And when you first get this system, you're going to plug the cord in and you're going to turn the power on here. So you want it on the little dash. Once you turn the power on, you're going to press this button. Everything's going to light up and the power button is going to turn red. You want to go ahead and put your dies on there. Now I've just used some heat safe tape and taped my two plates together. So there's a clear plate and a foiling plate, or thin shim they call it, and I've just taped mine to the platform there, and you can see my show ponies are there heated up, and when it's ready it will say platform ready. So I have a piece of 5.5 by 4 1/4 ultra smooth cardstock. This is 80 pounds. You can see there's a little bit of a sheen to it, but the secret is to have a super smooth cardstock. And I've cut a piece of Glimmer hot foil. This comes from the Glimmer Foil Variety Pack. This is called what is this called? I don't know, but this is called Fuchsia Flower, and it has 4 colors. It has this purple, holographic silver, holographic blue, and this gold speckle. Okay, and I've cut a little piece of that Fuchsia Flower, and I'm going to put that foil pretty side down. There's adhesive already built in this foil, so do not mix this foil up with any other foils you have in your collection. This is specially designed hot foil that has adhesive built in, and that adhesive, when the heat and the die touch it, it's going to press into the paper. And then we're going to put our piece of paper over top of that. Okay. We're going to close our 2 shims. I don't have any other shims on there, and I'm going to press the timer button. That's going to flash for about 60 seconds or so. Once that's done, it's going to tell us that it's ready, and we're going to run that through our die cutting machine. And I do have the Spellbinders Fun Stampers Journey Platinum machine. So I have that right here. I like that it's folds up very easy. It's fun with the lime green color, and it's going to fit in there. And this is the Platinum 6 machine. Okay. And so we're just waiting for the green button to stop flashing on timer, and then we're going to roll it through here very slowly. Yeah, so if you want to check out the Spellbinder sale, I'll put the link down below for you guys. They have so many stamps, dies, glimmer plates, pan pastels, so many things you want to go check out and take advantage of the sale. If you get a chance to get some of this lime green tape, this tape is amazing. It's so much better than the scrapbook.com paper tape. This is really like Post-it tape, so it's really kind of papery. This is more like tape, but it's not super sticky tape, so I like this better than this tape. So go get a roll of this. I think it's on sale for $2, you guys. Can't beat that. All right, so our timer is done blinking now, so we're going to carefully remove our platform here. So we're going to pull that out of the machine, the whole entire platform, and we're going to very slowly roll this through our platinum. Oops, did not mean to grab the camera there. And again, I don't have any extra shims. I like using an 80-pound weight paper, super smooth. You don't want like a textured paper. You don't want porous paper. Like watercolor paper does not foil so well. Handmade paper does not foil so well. You want the smoothest paper you can get. So one more time here. Notice how I'm taking my time. I'm going very slowly here. I want that foil to stick to my paper. Let me move this guy out of the way. Okay. And then you want to carefully remove your foil and your paper, and you want to let this cool down. Now, what I'm going to do is put this back on my hot plate so that way it remains hot for the next foiling I want to do. And you want to let this cool completely. If you don't let this cool completely, some of the foil will lift off when you go to transfer it. So we want to make sure that we have that nice and cool. And then we're going to move on to our next step, which is doing the stamping. And this is the part that everybody loves. Look at that perfect foiling. It's gorgeous. Okay, so now we need that fun background. Here's the great thing about foil. This is dry. I don't have to wait for any ink. I can put this right on a card base and be done with it and just slap a sentiment on there if I wanted to. You have plenty of room down here to put a sentiment. But I'm going to jazz this up a little bit. So we're going to take this stamp, which I have in my mini Misty, and I'm going to line this up in the bottom corner here just to make sure I have that where I want it. Okay, that's actually pretty good. And I'm not going to use any tape or anything. And I'm going to ink it up with Versamark clear watermark ink. Okay, and this is how we're going to get this cool effect. And this has been around for many, many years. It just kind of, I think, got forgotten about. And one of my friends did a video not too long ago showing us. And I thought, oh, I totally forgot about that technique. Because if I were to ink these waves up, I know it's called wind, but I look at them as waves, in a blue ink, that blue ink would totally take over my image, right? So I want to use this clear sticky ink and press that down. And again, my panel is 5.5 to 4 1/4. This stamp is 5 by 3 3/4, and it's okay that it's a little larger. It gives us some room to put our fingers on so we don't get fingerprints, like a little bit of handling area. Okay. All right, and I know you guys can't see it because it's a clear sticky ink, but I promise you it's there. So we're going to put our Misty aside. And we're going to real quick take a heat tool to this and make sure that it is completely dry. Okay, I muted that for you guys and paused the video. So I dried that with my heat tool. Now is the fun part, which is adding the color. So I'm going to bring in just some scratch paper here, scrap paper for my background. And we're going to bring in a brayer. Any brayer will work. And I have 3 different colors of Distress inks. I have Salty Ocean, any dye ink will work, Mermaid Lagoon, and Blueprint Sketch. So I'm going to start with the Salty Ocean. And to get the ink on my brayer, I don't just want to go back and forth with my brayer because all that's going to do is ink the bottom of my brayer. What I actually want to do is press my brayer to the top, lift, and then continue to roll. So this will cover the entire top portion of my brayer with ink. Then I'm going to bring my foiled panel in, and I have a little gap of what I call the holding area down here at the bottom. I can put my finger on that and not have to worry about fingerprints. And I'm just going to, again, lift and roll that brayer on there. And as I do that, you can see that it's adding the color, but the background stamp is starting to show through. So that's my first layer. Then I'm going to go in and do the bottom with Blueprint Sketch. It's a little bit darker blue. Same thing. Going to pick up my brayer, and now I'm going to kind of ink up this side of the brayer. So up and lift, and just continue to ink up my brayer. And then I'm going to hold my little lip over here on my paper, and I'm going to brayer the bottom. And you'll see that as I roll and lift, roll and lift. Once I have the ink down, then I can kind of go back and forth. And you can see we're getting a little bit of ombre here between the lighter ink and the darker ink. I'm going to go reload my brayer with the darker ink. And again, any kind of dye-based ink will work. I don't know if pigment ink will work as good because pigment ink sits on top. You could also use sprays and re-inkers as well. So now we have this nice color on the bottom, on the top, and we kind of have this middle area that's doesn't have anything yet. So I'm going to bring in the Mermaid Lagoon, and you guessed it, I'm going to ink up the center of my brayer. And as I do that, I'm kind of going up and down into the other two blue areas, so it kind of blends. And I want a little bit of the lighter salty ocean, some more in the top there. So I'm going to pick some more of that up. So now we have this fun ombre inked background. And I want to now, you can heat set this if you want to, but it's pretty much set in there. So we have these waves. I'm going to cut this down now to 5 by 3 3/4. I know a lot of you have jumped into foiling and you might be a little intimidated because your first couple of tries didn't work out so well. It really makes a difference, you guys, on what kind of papers you use and what kind of foils you use. The Spellbinder system really does kind of make it mistake-proof. Their machine works really well in their die cutting machine. Their foils are really nice foils. And these hot foil stamping dies are gorgeous. I mean, look at all that detail in there. All right, so now we can go in if we wanted to add a sentiment. Spellbinders makes a ton of little sentiments that say hello, thank you, shine bright, best wishes, happy birthday, hello friend. So you got to go check them out. A lot of these, like I said, are on sale right now. They make a lot of beautiful backgrounds. So you can certainly either hot foil or stamp, whatever you want to do there. You just follow the same procedure. I would do all my foiling before I get any ink anywhere. And the foil actually resists the ink. So if you think that, okay, my panel's gotten a little too dark there because of the ink, I can go back in. I can wipe my little foiled ponies and all of that ink will come off of my ponies so they are nice and shiny and pop off of that page. I have a little piece of holographic foil card here. This is from my stash. That's cut down to 5 1/4 by 4. I'm going to put a little liquid glue on here. And I just think the foil background matte with the foiled ponies really helps to have them pop. But I love using background stamps to just accentuate that. And then I added a couple of dewdrops. You can add clear sequins. I think I'll add sequins to this one because I did dewdrops on the other one. They look like bubbles. Oops, a little too much on that one. we have small and large sequins. Don't you hate when that happens? All right, here we go. All right, so now we have our sequins on there. We have this nice underwater scene, and we still have plenty of room if we wanted to stamp a sentiment, or I'll probably hot foil sentiment, cut it out and add it to there. And again, you can pick up all these supplies over at Spellbinders. They are having a sale right now, so you want to take advantage of that. The show ponies are the Glimmer Hot Foil Show Ponies by Jane Davenport for Spellbinders. And then the background stamp is so much fun. This is called Windy Sky. I think it looks great for a sky. It looks great for, I was thinking of doing like a rainbow ombre festive background for like a party, or doing the water waves, anything you can think of. It's called Windy Sky, and it's part of the new collection called Cardmaker Stamp Collection. So go check them out. If you have any questions, post them down below. I will put a link in the description for you guys to go shopping. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching, guys, and keep on stamping. Bye-bye.